Hello everybody, today I thought let's go through this video and I'll show you exactly what I did to get set up for my expo. So I did have an expo that was at the Drag Festival in Melbourne, and here I am at my home organising everything prior to the event. So these are some trays. I've just bought them at my local department store and they're actually a beautiful wood, but of course I didn't like the wood, so I bought this Dulux paint and I've actually sprayed them all a beautiful petal pink so that I can get ready for everything that I need to do. Now here you will actually see my next job on the list was I decided to make some beautiful t-shirts. Now I could have got them made and they're not that expensive to get them made, maybe $30, but I actually seen some black t-shirts on sale. They were about $5. And I thought, look, I'm pretty good with the Cricut machine. Why don't I just make some out of Cricut? So that's exactly what I've done on that. And here, this tiny little iron, you can see, this was actually sent to me with my Cricut machine and all the other things that I got for free from Cricut. This video is not sponsored by them, but these particular items were given to me a little while back by Cricut when they did pay me to actually do a video for them. So anyway, but this one, like I said, is a little different. And all you need to do is you just get some iron-on vinyl, which I've done. And when you do your design, you must mirror it. So in the Cricut software, you must push mirror because basically it's sort of like ironing backwards. So if you don't push the mirror, then what actually happens is all your letters will be backwards and a little bit crazy. Now this particular little iron is just a tiny one to do this, so you can get much bigger ones from Cricut. But this little tiny baby is fine because I don't make that many things. But anyway, at the front, I decided to write Australian made every time because that is really important to my brand. And I just thought, look, I just didn't want to sort of have my logo on the front and back. I thought, look, if I do something like that, it kind of piques people's interest rather than just having your logo that might mean a lot to you, but it doesn't mean that much to them. But if they really love Australian made, they're going to be all that's very good. Now, the one thing doing this is you really need to make sure it's stuck. And the t-shirt I used was probably not the best option because it was quite stretchy. So as I've sort of pulled it back, I've just stretched it along. But if you used the Cricut much bigger press, honestly, it would probably take you about 5 minutes rather than me doing it this way, which did take quite a bit of time. But I wanted to show you in real time what it actually took. And this plastic sleeve that you can see that I've actually got on that, basically that's what actually comes with the lettering. And I was a bit scared to actually iron on it because I thought, oh, it looks like plastic, can I iron? But it's ironable, so you don't peel it all off. You leave it on, and then, you know, once you get everything gorgeous, the letters will stick to the t-shirt, and then you can wash them in your normal machine too. They don't come off. They're really, really strong. And I have actually made t-shirts and aprons and things before, and they're really, really good. So you can see on the little plastic sleeve, there was nothing left. I used a chopping board just to make it nice and hard because that way it doesn't slip and move. And you can see how gorgeous that is. And then, of course, I did the back of it as well. And then I decided to put my logo on. So doesn't it look fab? And, of course, it is a pink writing because that's what I'm all about. Now, here I am actually at the expo, so I thought you might want to see a little bit about it. Now, something really important with this expo, you can see how I've got my displays. I did notice halfway through the day, people were a bit nervous to come in, so then I decided to put my display on the outside of the rim, so then they didn't have to come in, they just walked past and seen it. So sometimes if something isn't working, you may need to just change things around a little bit. So it's definitely what I did. Behind each of these trays is a little bit of wood, and it actually just held the tray up in the air a little bit. Now, here's my beautiful daughter, Annie. She helped me set up. She was an absolute gem, and my other daughter, Pearl, also did help me, and they were working here with me. This is a 3x3 space. This cost me just under $1,300 to actually hire this for, was for 2 days. So, you know, that's what I paid for them, and you can pay up to $5,000. $1,000 for a space this size. So look for the expo that suits you and what you think you can actually afford, because, you know, you've got to sort of say there's a lot of budget to this. Now, here I am driving on the next day. So the first day that you've seen just before, that particular day was when we actually set up. So you set up the night before, and of course I'm driving and I'm doing the voiceover so that I didn't have to be distracted, and my daughter is actually filming. So I'm not filming, just so everybody knows. So here we are on the way to the expo. We were super excited. It's not great weather at the moment in Australia because we are in the middle of our winter. We've had lots of rain, but it doesn't matter. We were very, very excited to go to the expo. Now, one thing to really take notice of, expos are not one of those things that are massive money makers. Yes, you do make money at them, but a lot of times for expos, you may not even get your money back. A lot of times it's more about branding, getting your products out there, getting your name out there. So some people did not even break even at this one. I did not break even at all at this one. And unfortunately, what actually happened was there were protesters because they didn't want the drag festival to go ahead. But I support absolutely every community, and I just think it's wrong that you know, people protest over something ridiculous. But anyway, for me, I absolutely support the drag community, and I had a great time. It's super duper fun. Some absolutely amazing, lovely people. And it's just fun. Look, it's kind of one of those events where you feel like you can wear and do anything without actually anyone saying anything. So that's something that I did like and did think was a little bit funny. But, you know, like I said, it was super duper fun, but there's a lot of planning before we actually get to sort of those things. So really important. Now, I thought while we're driving along, you know, you might just want to see a little bit of the city, because I actually live 2 hours away from the festival. So I had to drive because I live so far out. No matter where I've got a festival or anything, I just have to drive. That's just the fact of life. I can't get around, you know, that it's just the way it is. So you may have to travel to different ones, and also try and find one that aligns with your business. You know, if your products are all vegan, there's no good doing a festival that doesn't, you know, support vegan products. So anyway, here we are. So we are actually at it now. Everything is set up. It's looking beautiful. Definitely the flavour of the day was I sold lots and lots of car diffusers for sure. That was something. Shower steamers were really popular as well. A couple bath bombs, but and wax melts. Sold heaps of wax melts, which was super duper good as well. And I did manage to get my new earrings so that everyone can see what I'm up to and how much fun it's going to be. But you'll be able to see all these products in my new shop, which hopefully will open November later on this year, 2023. But you can buy online, of course. But you know, I know lots of people want to see and look and sort of touch everything as well. So I hope this has given you a little bit of an idea of sort of the amount of products that you can bring to an expo, what you need to do, and so on. Honestly, my opinion at expos is I would not be paying more than $1,000 a day for an expo, because I think, you know, then you have to sell a lot of products, like a real lot, to make your money back. It's very, very difficult, everybody. So don't over capitalize on anything. You know, when you're paying $5,000 for an event, it's really hard. It means you've got to sell $20,000 to make it worth your time. You know, because do remember, $20,000 of products does not mean $20,000 profit. It might only mean $8,000 profit, depending on, you know, how you organize everything and, you know, how you budget all of your materials as well. So here's my daughter Pearl watching the show. It was a really fun show. Lots and lots of people were here. The police did an amazing job protecting the whole event as well. I have to give a shout out to the police. They were fantastic and so lovely. And I did love that they wore pride jackets as well. They had pride symbols on the police outfits. To me, that was fantastic. My daughter Pearl here is in the store. She was actually selling it. And you can see here how I moved the full display because it wasn't working the other way, and you can see it was quiet at the end that I was working. My daughter Emily had her stall at the opposite end and it was so busy, but unfortunately it seems that I didn't get the best spot, but you know, look, that's okay. This happens. It's just the way it is. There is no guarantees when you're working at an expo. Anyway, here's also a video from behind the scenes so you can see. Hope you love it, and I will see you friends next time. Bye, guys.